Have I told you the tale of Ol Burnett? I'm gonna tell it anyway. Well, Captian Flint was a scourge of the seven seas for nigh on half a decade. He plundered and slaughtered, and was feared and hated by God-fearing men and scurvy pirates alike. But if ever he had a nemesis, was Ol Burnett of the British Navy. Ol Burnett had been tracking Captian Flint for 3 years before he finally caught up with him, intent on bringing him back to dance his final jig. Well, things didn't go as well as expected for Ol Burnett. He found Captian Flint sailing off the Spanish Main. They traded cannon fire, as pirates and navies do, but Ol Burnett didn't fare so well. Lost his ship and whole crew to Davy Jones he did, and found himself washed up on one of the many islands dotting the Spanish Main with nothing but the clothes on his back. But that wouldn't stop a man like Ol Burnett. Oh no! Fortune had smiled on him, for he'd been washed up on the same island as Captian Flint had set ashore on to look for treasure. So inland Ol Burnett went, following the pirates' trail until he came upon them filthy dogs. There he spied his quarry, that damned Captian Flint, and a fair lady in their vulgar clutches to boot. Now here was Ol Burnett, with no sword or pistol to free her. So knowing it'd be foolhardy to go in empty-handed, he retreated to come up with a plan. Weren't long, though, afore a plan fell into his lap by way of a drunken pirate. Now he had a sword, and could bargain for the fair lady with his own hostage. So Ol Burnett took his prisoner and approached Captian Flint with his offer. Well, Captian Flint thought his offer a right good laugh, he did. Then he pulled out his pistol and shot the drunken pirate where he stood. Ol Burnett was staggered to learn that the fair lady weren't no fair lady at all, but a pirate. As if to mock him, she drew her sword and set upon him with it. He parried and dodged, but he couldn't kill a woman, even if she were a pirate. Of course, Captian Flint and the rest of his crew took the opportunities to slip away for their treasure. But the duelers weren't alone, no! The governor of the island had come out to watch their fancy footwork and flashing steel. Cheered and booed for both fighters he did, right up till their fair lady fell on Ol Burnett's blade. Horrified he was, and it didn't help none when the governor congratulated him on his fine performance. But Ol Burnett couldn't dwell on it, for fear of going as mad as the governor. He had to find Captian Flint, and the governor knew exactly where he and the treasure were to be found. Of course, by the time he caught up with the pirates, they were already digging away. Captian Flint couldn't have Ol Burnett interrupting their work, so out came his sword. There was more fancy footwork and flashing steel, and more cheering from the governor, with some of the prettiest dueling you ever did see, right up to when the rest of the pirates dug up the chests, and there weren't nothing in 'em. Well, the governor was right livid over that, yelling that Captian Flint had led them all on a wild goose chase. One of the pirates was foolish enough to agree, and Captian Flint shot him right there in his freshly dug grave. Captian Flint's last man took that as incentive to bear arms against Ol Burnett with his pistol, but he had no qualms about killing a man, and proceeded to cut the pirate's eye out he did. Well, Captian Flint weren't going to miss this opportunity, and disarmed the distracted Burnett afore he could blink. Ol Burnett only had one chance to get out alive. He dove for the one-eyed pirate's pistol. Captian Flint raised his sword and brought it down on Ol Burnett right as he let the shot fly. Ol Burnett finally got his man that day, he did. Last man he ever got, too. Ha 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 ha.